Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. As always, if you can hear me okay, hopefully you should see our lovely Mitecoin Games fellow with his red and blue glasses. And hopefully you can hear me talking. If you can hear it, everything's coming through okay. I would appreciate a quick chat in the YouTube chat area. And I'm hoping that everything's coming through good. We have had a busy last week since last time 10 days ago we streamed last together, and I guess I first need to apologize for the performance of Mitecoin, and I hope that you can stick with it for a little longer because oh my goodness, everybody, I'm not sure if this crazy last 10 days surprised you. But it was a pretty crazy time to be a Mitecoin holder, that's for sure. And as always, I'm gonna have to bore you with a little bit of talking and information about Mitecoin before we jump into our game. So, there's even actually more bad news. We have had a great bit of growth in our Mitecoin community. So, the last several streams I've tried to not repeat what some of you have heard over and over and have been begging me not to keep talking about. But unfortunately for you, we have some new holders, and I want to make sure that everybody is on the same page and is hearing the same thing. So first of all, welcome to the Match'em stream, the Mitecoin project. And in case you don't know, I do not want to hide anything. Mitecoin is absolutely a meme coin, and and that means that by definition, every meme coin technically has no utility, right? There's no product or service with a meme coin, and that's why if you are familiar with crypto and meme coins specifically, most meme coins have a very familiar chart that tracks their price. And typically, a meme coin project, they come up with a coin, they get it ready to go on the market, they pay maybe even a couple $1,000s to promoters online on X and on Telegram. Those promoters get nice bags. The people that started the project get nice bags, and then they release the promoters to jump online and. Obviously everybody wants to do well, and the idea of making a great profit on meme coins is around. And so those promoters flood that coin, and people are rushing in. And just as the rush is coming in, those promoters and the dev, the team that's with the coin, they jump ship, they take all the money and they go. And so therefore the chart of a meme coin is very consistent. It spikes at the beginning, and it dumps almost immediately, and there's no reason for anybody to come back. And so that is exactly what I don't want to do. And before we get into the numbers and things, I'm just going to read a text I got today from someone. And it says this, so talking to people about Mitecoin, and they don't want in because partially it's crypto, but they say, if it's not backed up by anything, then why get in? What is the product and service making it worthwhile to get into? And to that text, I would say, absolutely. That is exactly why meme coins are a bit of madness, because by definition, they absolutely have no product and service. And if you've been listening to these streams, or if you've been on board with the project since the beginning, and I hope you would be able to answer that question, because here's the surprise. Here's the plot twist. You listening, are the product and the service, right? We are the whole concept of Mitecoin. Instead of every one of us that is in now and have seen the gains that I'm going to talk about in a little while, instead of us packing up shop and leaving the people that joined in the last couple days, that is exactly what meme coins do. That's exactly what we haven't done, and I really hope that we don't, and we continue to go forward. because I'm going to start giving stats, dollar amounts on what the Mitecoin community has contributed back into itself. And obviously, this is my baby, so I have started this off. And as I've said, at the beginning, as it said on the website, my wife and I have a bit of a side wager. She's not entirely convinced yet that a group of investors in a community will be able to actually open up their hand and throw some back into the community. And I was confident that you would. And so we're approaching that time where we get to see who's going to win that bet. And I hope so far that anybody that's in has seen the proof in the pudding, so to speak, as we talk about our numbers. But ultimately, the community of the Mitecoin holders is absolutely the product. We are hopefully producing something not only with the opportunity to receive some Mitecoin back, but hopefully our community grows, and it's a spot that all of you are looking forward to jumping on and engaging with. So that is the answer to that text. And I hope that the more you listen and the more streams you've been a part of, I sure hope that you start to be able to answer that as well. But ultimately, we are absolutely the product. And I've just been talking the last couple of days with some people, and I'll propose this, or I'll throw this idea out. If anyone's listening and Mitecoin has done well for you, if you put simply, I know it seems weird, $104 aside in a different wallet, and every week you put $2 into the prize bag, right? And that's again the idea of the Mitecoin. Everyone, the mite is a biblical mite, and it's a very small amount of money. But if our community joins together, and let's say we get 100 members that can see the benefit of sharing even $104 of their profits, that's $200 a week plus what I contribute every single week for an entire year. Okay, that is pretty awesome in my opinion. I've told the story that when my wife and I were first married, there was a time when we would cut a check. And we would, I know this may surprise people, but there was actually a time when checks had to be mailed and then sent into the bank. I know it's strange. But there was absolutely a time for us where we would cut a check and hopefully that wouldn't clear the bank by the time the next paycheck came in. And so $200 or $300 or $400 absolutely may not be much for somebody more established. But for somebody that is younger or in a different situation, that may be a pretty awesome blessing. But now just imagine with me for a second if we grow our community to 500 people. Now we're talking $1,000 a week. Every single week, our community can offer that back to each other. And again, where does that stop? I guess it depends on, if the community can keep that idea going and just paying it forward and sharing the blessings that we have. So that is, in a nutshell, the vision that I had when I came up with this crazy idea. And so why would somebody get into Mitecoin, as that text asked? Guess what? We've set a quantity of Mitecoin to jump in the VIP room and to jump into these crazy games with us at a $20 to $40 range. The reason I say that is to get into our VIP room, I have to put a quantity of Mitecoin. And as we've all seen over the last 10 days, the same quantity of Mitecoin can change drastically in the price. So just as a summary, back in mid-May, I set a limit or a minimum to get into the VIP room at 3.5 million Mitecoin. That was a whopping $5. Okay, I didn't think $5 was too crazy to jump in and be part of the community. When that was over $200, we obviously we want to encourage everybody to jump in. So we voted. I threw it to the community on the VIP room, and the consensus was $20. Right, it's kind of a number that isn't chump change. It isn't pennies, but it's a number that isn't horrible. So I reset the amount to 634,000 Mitecoin, which was $20 about 2 days ago. Today, I had to adjust it again. And now the number of Mitecoin to get into the VIP room is down to 300,000. And that was about $20 when I set it. And as of the time of this stream, now it's up to about $23. But I decided to put a range on that because it's just easier to keep track of the VIP room. But ultimately, everybody, I hope that you can, I guess, begin to see where I'm going, that even if somebody isn't a big investor, right? If somebody is just the type of person that likes to buy a lottery ticket, they can literally jump into our community, engage with us, be a part of our Telegram group, and every single one of us, or every single one of you, have a chance to jump in and recycle that. So we are the product. We are the product and what we offer, and we also need advertising. So that leads us into another announcement, and it's regarding the Match'em game. Unfortunately, I have to announce that there are no more prizes. And I know I've been talking up this grand, wallet to be given away tonight, but I have to unfortunately announce that there's no more prizes. And the reason is because we are all part of a product. We're trying to produce something, and I need advertising. Okay, and so the difference is from here on out, if your card is a winner tonight, I am asking to hire you as advertisement. And what I mean is, if you are the winning card tonight, from here on out, it can be in the form of, a post on X, a post on Facebook, or ideally, hint, hint, even a selfie video that you would be willing to allow me to use on our social media, kind of describing the experience and the winning these prizes, winning the opportunity to talk about Mitecoin, basically. So I don't want you to consider it as a prize. I'm asking you to be a firsthand spokesperson for me and for the program and for the project. So that's the big twist, right? Obviously, you will. I'm going to ask for you to let me know so I can share it, and then I can also share, my awesome privilege to give back to you. So that is some of the news. There is going to be some Telegram updates. I was talking to somebody over this break, and they showed me some pretty exciting things we can do in our Telegram group. I'm going to hopefully be adding a notification when anybody buys our coin. It'll pop up in our message room, and so there's some things that I'm looking to do there. So before we jump into our game, there's definitely some numbers that we talk about, and as always, I want to repeat. It's kind of should have said at the beginning. When we're talking about these Mitecoin issues, I hope you sure don't consider this financial advice. I am not a financial expert. I am a Midwest dad, grandpa, daycare provider who decided to try something crazy and start a meme coin. So I sure hope you don't get your detailed financial advice from me. I want you all to do your own research. We talked about knowing when you want to take profit. We talked about knowing what your limits and risks are, things like that. That all plays, and I encourage you to be looking at your own situation and making decisions accordingly. So if you are more of an investment minded person, I absolutely think Mitecoin is a great investment opportunity, meaning you can grab a bigger bag, and if you aren't into these games, that's okay. The question is, how do you feel about the plan or the vision of Mitecoin? If you think that's a viable vision, then it's absolutely appropriate to grab a bag, just like you would grab a bag of any meme coin, because you think there's potential it's going to go up, right? And then there's also this separate bag that I'm asking you to consider. I mentioned 104 whopping dollars. So as you look at your profit, as you look at your gains, as you look at what you've taken out, covered. If you would consider jumping and joining with me as part of this project to grow it into, I've talked to a couple people over the last week, and obviously I am intimately involved, and I see everything in roses with it because it's my little baby. But as I've described it, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what can really stop it. I've kind of pipe dreamed. I started with a $200 a week, and how awesome would it be if we got 1,000 members? Well, there are meme coins, everybody. Especially those of you that aren't familiar, there are meme coins that have 8,000 members, right? So start doing that math, and it can get pretty exciting. So spread the word. Obviously, hopefully you're listening here on YouTube, so you're part of our channel. Make sure you click subscribe and get notifications. On X, we have an X account. If you're on X, please search us out, follow us, spread the word there. We're on Facebook. So I guess that's also what I ask. Be active in the community. Let's talk about updates real quick. I know that you're anxious, and I'm anxious to give away some of this. I should say, advertise some more about this awesome project. Solana, last time we spoke was $148, and it's been pretty active today, unfortunately, on the downside. When I decided to stop looking, it was $128.42, and that is a painful 13% drop from the last time we spoke. And I'll talk a little bit about how that affects our Mitecoin as well, but that's obviously not great. But if you are familiar with crypto, you will recognize, or you'll know, that Bitcoin and Ethereum, the number 1 and number 2 coin, are having a struggle right now as well. And just the reality is as the two big top dogs go, they tend to drag down and or pull up the others. But either way, Solana is down 13%. Mitecoin, on the other hand, over the last 10 days is up 6.82%. I'm sorry, that decimal point was in the wrong spot. 68.2%. No, I apologize. That's decimal place is in the wrong spot again. 682%, everybody, over the last 10 days. That is absolutely madness. Madness. The last time we spoke and we joined together on this stream, Mitecoin had a market cap of $40,100. When I stopped looking at it, we are sitting at $294,899. I am amazed, really. That is up 635%. And our value locked is up 33% to 19,310. It's just really amazing. The 300,000 Mitecoin was up to $22.73 when I literally said it earlier today at $20. And here is something that I'm going to start using in my posts, and I want you to share it with anybody you know. I decided that I would start keeping track of the number of coins that have been given away or contributed back into our community. I'll say that, right? Both in our match-em games and the few riddle games that we've done. And I am amazed to tell you, and I hope that it's something that you're proud of, and especially you help it grow more. But as of, and I should say before tonight, there is $22,783 worth of Mitecoin that has been handed back to the community at today's price right now. $22,783. And like I said, that is not including the over $500 available tonight. And here's the last part before we jump into some quicker stats. Since launch, the Mitecoin is up 18,991%. I mean, guys, that's madness, right? That's madness. Our just in the last 10 days, our VIP members room has gone up from 22 members to 46 members, and we're up to 178 X followers. That's up from 163. And as I'm gonna I'm a little bit blabby tonight because it's been a very busy week. So anybody that's new, hopefully you got your chat open. I am going to um, type in a poll, round one vote, and this is that we're going to start our game here, everybody. And if you've not been part of our stream before, that's okay. When you see the poll jump up, you can start throwing your vote in, and you will see what we're doing once I'm done talking. Okay. I believe me, I tried. I thought I matched it well until I stuck them next to each other. I feel your pain, and I will fix it. But while you all vote for your number, one or two tonight. And for those of you that don't know what we're doing, we're transitioning to our match and vote, which is basically an elimination. We were going to end up with a winning card. But I guess I want to share just one more, a couple stories about our launch, and just really what I consider it be a blessing that we were this project, at least at the beginning, was definitely covered. You've heard me tell the story that when we launched, we actually had a big buyer come in and snipe about over $500 of our liquidity. As soon as our coin was on the market, he swooped in, put in $700 and some dollars, sold it immediately, and that's what a lot of people do. But anybody that was around back then, you may have heard me screaming if you live in my town, because Solana and the Phantom wallet was actually down. Literally, as soon as we launched, the entire blockchain crashed. And as frustrated and angry as I was then, looking back on it, it was what a blessing, because this project could have been dead right out of the gate, because that is something small projects have to worry about. They get targeted by big whales, and they swoop in and they snipe all of the liquidity. And so that is one thing that I remembered that. But as I was talking to somebody this weekend, there's another thing that I think, looking back on it, was a real blessing. When anybody mints starts a meme coin and they create the liquidity, they put all the money in. Well, the website that creates that actually gives the person a special token, and that token allowed me to go back in, basically reopen the door and just clear the table of all the money. And obviously, if you want to be considered a respectable meme coin, you have to go to a special website and burn those. And there's proof of that. It's actually monitored. Well, because the issues with the blockchain, I did what I thought, what I was supposed to do. And I went to that website, and it wasn't for, 4 or 5 days later that I realized that transaction didn't go through. And in hindsight, I really do consider that another blessing, because at first I thought it was an unfortunate error, that our project didn't look, it really looked sketchy. It looked like it was a scam, because it looked like I was setting somebody up so that I could swoop in and take their money. So therefore, we also avoided a certain type of investor that is looking to come into a project early and cause a ruckus. So I know that if you're not familiar with crypto, none of that may make sense to you. But rest assured, from my perspective and looking back, I consider both of those things wonderful blessings that have kind of positioned our coin to this. And it's really enabled us to have some fun that we are right now. I need everybody to vote. I haven't closed it yet, but I can see right now, and I know that there's two choices. And right now I see that it's 50%. And you guys are killing me. I need somebody that hasn't voted. We talked about a couple times ago what we would do in a tie break, and don't make me come up with something. So 3, 2, 1, end poll. So we'll see if you guys did well for me. Whoa, 20. First of all, I want to tell everybody that's here tonight, I consider it a privilege that you're giving me some of your time, and 21 votes. And again, if this is your first time with us, that may not seem like a big deal. But to see 21 people joining in, I hope you're having fun. I enjoy talking to you, and that's pretty amazing. So this is how we do it. Number 2-1. So if you have a red or a black card, you will be eliminated right now. So what this is going to do, the very top color of this card will tell us what color the winner is tonight. The winning card tonight, and I guess I should say, there was some confusion, and I totally understand. The same card is going to win on both boards tonight, okay? So we know for sure that there's going to be a winner on our full board. But if this card that wins tonight is open on our second board, then we go into a rollover. So the winning card tonight is a red card. It's a red card. So, unfortunately, as you look at that, what I do now is I take these off, I flip them over, I mix them up. I don't have no idea. Again, we have a lot of new watchers here. I want you to know that I have no idea what is under each one. So what is going to happen? Kind of cry into your Cheerios there. So now we're on round 2. Okay. Oh, I just realized that, Stormy. That is, yeah, that's painful. Those of you that weren't paying attention in the VIP room, Stormy decided to pick both the same card. So it was going to be hero or zero for Stormy tonight. So let's start our poll for round 2. Okay? Drop your votes in. So now we know that our winning card is red. So now the question is it going to be a diamond or a spade? Cast your votes. I am trying to do something that I've never done before while I've been streaming. We're going to see if it works. But when I flip back over, we're going to at least go back to all the red cards would only be showing. So cast your vote for me, everybody. Again, I have no idea either. We're just going to work together and cast your votes. I normally have the match 'em page printed out so I can call you out and kind of rev you guys up. But unfortunately, my printer's out of ink, so you will have to remember what your pick was. So cast your votes. And I know that everybody's excited. So we are going to have, plot twist, it switches. Okay, so now the same sort of thing as last time. We're going to flip this over and we're going to find out whether it's a heart or a diamond is a winner tonight. And if you have a diamond, you're in luck. You are in luck with a diamond. So there are the picks. I will flip it back over, randomly mix them up. I have no idea which one they are. Drop them back on. And we'll let you take a look at that while I add another poll. And as it says, we are moving on to round 3. We know it's red. We know it is a diamond. And our round 3 narrows it down even more. We're going to find out whether it's a high diamond or a low diamond. And looks like, at least on tonight's new board, got Kyle and A. Calkster and Stacy alive in the diamonds. And I apologize, my screen is pretty small on the other, so you will have to decide that. I can't really see. Cast your votes. Cast your votes for round 3. I apologize, Quince. I apologize. I know it's tough and it's exciting. This is by far the biggest value at the time of giveaway. So cast your votes, and the winning card tonight is going to be under number 1 again. Number 1. So number 1 it is. We know it's a heart, or we know it's a diamond, obviously red. The question is it high or low? Tonight's card is low. It's a low diamond. It's a low diamond. So I'm going to mix them up. Off the screen. Put them on. I'll let all of you take a look at that as I add a poll for round 4. If you are brand new, this is your first stream, hopefully, you can follow along that board. It kind of tells you what we are looking for each round. Cast your vote for round 4. And we have... There it is. Now, as you're voting, you can take a look at the screen when it pops up, right? So now we know it's a low diamond, and now there's only one last decision before we move into our final vote. We have to find out whether that low diamond is an odd or an even number. And I guess, again, if you can take a look on that, I'm struggling to see that on my small screen, so I wouldn't mind it if somebody wants to jump in that chat and tell me who's alive. And I can see on the new wallet, we only have one person. And I'm going to speak to that while I give you guys a chance to vote. We are looking, if the card flips over and it's odd, our Match'em wallet number 9 is going to go into a first rollover. And I will touch base on that on the VIP room. But obviously, as we know, there's no rollover in the big wallet. And I guess I should have broke the suspense. That big wallet, that board, full board, that's about a $500 payout tonight. That's kind of exciting, I would say. So cast your vote, jump on, and poll. The winning card tonight is under number 2. So I could, you know what? I really honestly should have said this earlier. I don't think it would make for bad play if some of you had your phones on as you record yourself. I hate to say it, being eliminated. I know that you're anxious to win or to see who wins, but we haven't met in 10 days, and I've got a lot to share. I know somebody that has unfortunately been in the hospital, and they were in the hospital in our last stream, and the nurse actually popped their head in because they were watching the stream and kind of let out some squeaks and some excitement. Now, obviously, I don't want you to be in the hospital, but, next time we have a stream, if you want to go out to eat and have it playing at the restaurant table, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So, how's that for suspense? The winning card tonight is even. Even is the winning card, okay? So, this is what happens. As I take the camera off, we know it's an even low diamond. And there are 3 of those. 2, 4, and 6. And I will start a new poll. And now, this is the exciting part. Final vote. And you might like 1, you might like 2, or you might like 3. Well, let's find out who the winner is. I am going to pull the final vote screen up while you guys vote. And that, everybody, is what the finals looks like. 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to try my hardest to see here. It looks like on the big board, we have Sammy, Austin, and who is that? Suitman? Is that you? Yeah, I guess so, because he's in the running. I appreciate that, Suitman. Yeah, that's absolutely what we're looking to do. So let's cast our votes, everybody. This is exciting. This is going to be a big payout, and we might have a double win. We have one person in play versus a rollover on our second board. So, are we ready? Maybe we should just wait. Do it tomorrow night? Nah, Let's end it. End. Oh, 45% for 2, 41% for 3, and no love for number 1. And we have 24 votes. That's exciting. We had that last time. Like I said, I count it a privilege that you're giving me some of your time. And I suppose we want to see what's under number 2. What do you think? Here we go. The winning card tonight is... Oh, I got to use my other hand. Had a bit of an injury. The winning card tonight is... if you're in the running, if you want to get your phone out, I wouldn't, I'd be willing to stall. I'm going to ask whoever is the winner of this card, I'm going to ask for either an X post, a Facebook post, or a video, or if you want to get crazy, I'll take all 3. Because the winning card is the 4 of diamonds. The 4 of diamonds. Is that Austin? That looks like Austin might be the winner of the 4 of diamonds. And that also means we have a rollover for our new board. I will be reaching out on how we're going to do that after the stream and maybe either later on tonight in the VIP room or tomorrow. But congratulations to Austin. I hope you enjoyed tonight. Like I said, I appreciate you spending your night with me. Spread the word. I know that there's some, I guess one last thing I will say is I am suggesting everybody go through a centralized exchange, whether it be Coinbase or Binance US. Phantom Wallet is definitely, or I should say traditional financial institutions are not liking the MoonPay option in the Phantom Wallet any longer. And so long-term wise, it's just wise to get set up with a centralized exchange. Reach out to us in the VIP room if you don't know what that means. We have a community that wants to help. And so thanks for everybody joining me. And I hope you had a great time. And we'll talk to you soon and see you later. Bye now.